Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Crypto Insider channel. I am the Crypto Insider, back with another cryptocurrency video for you, recording from the wild and wonderful city of Austin, Texas. Can you believe it is March 3rd already? Already 2 months gone out of the year, out of 2020. We've got a short 2.5 months before the halvening, about which predictions abound in all directions. So it's an exciting time to be involved in cryptocurrency. The market's today going nuts from, the Fed cut and other pandemic concerns. So it's going up, it's going down, the traditional market, the Dow. So we'll see what's going on in the crypto world here in a moment. Before I do that, I would like to say that we don't sell anything at the Crypto Insider channel. There's no Patreon walls, there's no membership fees, there's nothing like that. The placemats, none of that. We do donate to charity for each new subscriber to the channel. I think yesterday we had something like 12 or 13. In any case, we did send a donation. You can see that on the screen in front of you, off to @GoodXRP, who breaks it down and sends it off to 9 different charities. And you can find out more about those charities by researching those Twitter handles if you're interested. And also, I should say that I am not a financial advisor, registered investment advisor, planner. I'm not selling any investment products. I'm not a broker or a tax accountant. Nothing like that. Standard disclaimer, which you get across all of YouTube, is to do your own research. Each person's individual investing situation and financial situation is unique to them, and they should consult with their professional people before making major financial decisions regarding investments. With that being said, let's look at the live cryptocurrency prices. As I was saying at the beginning of the video, we're red, we're green, we're red, we're green. Seems like we're ping-ponging a little bit today. XRP is sitting at 23 and a third cents, up 0.43% on the hour, but still down 2.49% from yesterday. It's changing in front of my very eyes. Looks like Bitcoin dominance is sitting about where it usually is, 64%. Seems to be the magic number over the past few days. What I was noticing as I went down the market cap list today is that there are no real clear winners for the day. I mean, Chainlink is up 0.66%, but usually you have at least one or two double-digit winners, and I don't see any in the top 50 market cap. Maybe if I continue going, there will be. I mean, Theta, Monocoin, even Kyber, which was listed on Coinbase, is down 5.3%. They got an initial boost, it looks like, from listing, but now it's on the decline again. I haven't. I think I take that back. I think I put like $30 into Kyber just because I could, but I haven't researched it enough to actually take a meaningful position in, so I'm not going to really talk about it much here. If you like Kyber for some reason, let us know. And we'll look into it a little more. I tend to stay around the top 10, 20 market cap coins. The only thing I have a position in outside of that is Hedera Hashgraph HBAR, because it has some big heavy hitters on its governance council. And if they make a solution or an application that utilizes HBAR, those companies can push it out to people very, very quickly. And you could see HBAR easily jump in the market cap list quite a bit, depending on any upcoming announcements it might have. I don't have any inside information on it yet, but I hope to be able to get some. I'm going to try anyway. All right, looking more closely at our Coinalyze page for XRP, it's saying 23.2 cents, up 0.61% on the hour. Recently, some of the moving averages have started to turn green, and we have one overbought down here in the 5-minute oscillator. So, I mean, depending on when you look at this, a lot of these statistics change very quickly. But like I said, with the traditional market going up and down today, I think some of that weirdness has hit the crypto market as well. I'm not sure, but I know we were up and down on the Dow. I don't know what we're sitting at right now because I don't follow the Dow that closely. I mean, I might look at it once a day, but I just saw that the Fed had cut rates and it caused a spike, and then it went down, and it's going to all settle out somewhere. I'm sure of that. This first article is by Ayush Jindal from News BTC. We've covered him before. Ripple bulls hesitates, but further gains above 24 cents seem likely. Ripple price is slowly rising after forming a double bottom pattern near the 22.40 level against the US dollar. The price is now trading above the 23-cent and 23.20 levels. There was a break above a major bearish trend line with resistance near 22.40 on the hourly chart of the XRP USD pair. The price is now facing a couple of key hurdles near the 24.25 and 24.80 levels, which we must not have broken or must have rejected off of and come back down because, like I said, now we're at, what was it, 23.279 as of right now. So we'll see. Hopefully the bulls take control at some point. I'm not really worried too much about the overnight price action here. As always, we're sort of dominated by Bitcoin, and I expect once people start buying again, we're going to see more days like we saw before with some pretty significant gains in the alts. Unfortunately, Bitcoin dominance hasn't dropped enough yet to really spark off an alt season. By Turner Wright from Cointelegraph. Ripple says stablecoins could be created on XRP Ledger. And I'm only covering this because I can't get away from the story. Every time I'm looking at news stories regarding Ripple or XRP, this keeps popping up. So we're going to talk about it. Blockchain-based financial services network RippleNet provides a safe, convenient, and easy-to-use wallet for holders of cryptocurrency XRP, and the features to their system's ledger may be expanded. RippleNet has been developed significantly since it was created in 2012. The system's users have long had the ability to perform transactions on a decentralized ledger. Soon they may be able to take advantage of a feature on the network which will allow them to mint asset-backed tokens like stablecoins in XRP Ledger. According to a video released by Ripple, CTO David Schwartz said he was working on adding new features to the company's crypto ledger. In addition to core consensus improvement, the CTO stood by past statements in not further developing one of the more common features of blockchain. Proof of work is kind of a technological dead end. Yeah, it's a resource intensive, at least the way that Bitcoin does it is with the mining is very environmentally unfriendly, clumsy, and not conducive to high transaction speeds or efficiency. One feature Ripple may be unveiling would allow third parties to launch other third-party cryptocurrencies on the XRP system. The details of this feature have yet to be announced, but Schwartz mentioned it could be used to introduce fixed-value tokens like stablecoins to the ledger. One of the features that I think is very exciting is a feature that would allow people to launch stablecoins are the obvious use case, but it's not just stablecoins. It's essentially assets pegged to some external value. Okay, so a stablecoin is normally a coin that's pegged to something else that has a fairly fixed value, like I believe Tether is supposed to be pegged to the US dollar. However, they filed an audit and saw that it was really pegged to about 72 cents or something like that. So I don't know if they've remedied that with Tether or not, but it doesn't have to be a currency. You could peg a coin to the price of oil or the price of cotton or a lot of different things, which would may be. And I'm just speculating here. I'm just talking out of my rear end, which may be a way for Ripple to get a piece of the derivatives or the futures market is by offering stable coins that with contracts that are pegged to some external asset of whatever futures they want to trade in or swap in. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if they are doing that. How will Ripple Net's new features stand out among other blockchains? Other blockchain networks have been able to let their users run stablecoins. However, Schwartz teased the Ripple feature as particularly interesting because the liquidity is guaranteed by the ledger mechanics. The number of companies in other countries joining the network and adopting Ripple's tech has increased, with business picking up. Ripple has invested heavily in other transmission networks like MoneyGram. Focusing on developing this feature rather than others may break even more new ground. So that's exciting. This could potentially be a very exciting story and an exciting happening for Ripple Labs. We will wait and see. There's a lot of speculation going on with Ripple today. If you follow Kevin Cage on Twitter, he's another YouTuber. He sent out a tweet with that contained a link to an Alex Cobb video, who of course is another YouTuber. If you're new to the crypto space, these are way more popular, way more popular YouTubers than I am that talk about pretty much XRP exclusively. But I watched a little bit of the Alex Cobb video, and he was saying that he thinks Ripple is meeting with the U.S. Treasury. Again, that video is all speculation too, so I didn't want to cover it too much, but he goes on to speculate more about why Ripple could be meeting with the U.S. Treasury, and that supposedly occurred yesterday. Steve Mnuchin was meeting with cryptocurrency bigwigs. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't have any secret information to give, and I really like staying away from riddles and too much speculation. If you want to speculate on the price of one of these crypto assets, I'm down. Well, we can talk about it. If it's $25 million in XRP, that's fine. Or if it's 10 cents in XRP, that's fine. But when it comes to trying to predict what banks or these Ripple Labs is going to do, that gets a little bit tougher because they don't even always know what they're going to do. They'll have a plan, they'll have a project, and then for any reason it could get sunset, put on the back burner, and never materialize. There's a lot of projects in FinTech that don't end up working out. This next story is from MSN.com by Nir Varshni. I don't think we ever covered a story by Nir Varshni. But U.S. indicts 2 Chinese nationals for laundering cryptocurrency allegedly stolen in North Korean hack. And I'm not going to read it word for word, but North Korean hackers in 250 million alleged exchange desk hack, according to the Justice Department. And it goes on to say that they transferred about 1.4 billion worth of Bitcoin to Apple gift cards for iTunes, per the Treasury Department. And that's weird to me because you're going from something that's relatively decentralized like Bitcoin to Apple gift cards. I wonder if the Treasury can work with Apple and shut down some of this. Why it matters. The authorities noted that the actions of the Chinese nations put the security integrity of the global financial systems at risk, as a cryptocurrency in the hand of North Korea poses a particular threat. North Korea continues to attack the growing worldwide ecosystem of virtual currency as a means to bypass the sanctions imposed on it by the U.S. and the United Nations Security Council. And that's the big thing, right? And that's why Ripple has the project going along with Coinbase. They have a group going that supposedly educates legislators and regulators on cryptocurrency, because this is the type of story that the regulators and the senators and the people that couldn't get elected because they're not charismatic, but they know somebody and they got appointed to some board or other. This is the type of story that they're going to be asking Ripple and Coinbase and various crypto bigwigs about, exchange heads and that sort of thing, how they were able to steal it and get it. Because one of the big arguments against cryptocurrency from the government's point of view, from the U.S. government's point of view, is that these rogue nations could obtain cryptocurrency and use it to bypass sanctions. And of course, all these countries that we put sanctions on are bypassing the sanctions anyway. They're bypassing it with each other. Cryptocurrency does make it a little easier, but they're going to do it anyways. Hopefully, and that, to me, the overreaching goal of cryptocurrency and overreaching purpose of cryptocurrency is greater than, putting the kibosh on it because somebody, North Korea or China or Iran might use it illicitly. They'll use anything they can illicitly. But to me, the greater good is cryptocurrency, even if every once in a while you get some of these rogue nations using it for nefarious purposes. And actually, it may serve an even greater good than that, as sanctions may become a thing of the past, and then the United Nations Security Council and the U.S. and various countries will have to actually put out deterrents that have teeth in them. Sanctions don't seem to do a lot of good. Traditionally, they will crush the economy of some of these countries, but the people that matter, the Kim Jong-ils, the Ahmadinejads, the Ayatollahs, they aren't affected at all by the sanctions. They're still living in the palace with their air conditioning and sycophants. It doesn't really bother them. The only people it puts pressure on is the poor schlubs that are the citizens of these countries. They end up starving to death and undergoing various hardships while the people are getting fanned at poolside at the palace and are being fed grapes. So it really is an awkward. You have to hope with things like sanctions that you can cause so much misery to the populace that they then take up the mantle of trying to overthrow their government and doing the dirty work for you. You can argue about the morality of that all day. You get into a political, philosophical discussion on the matter. But as far as actually deterring, a rogue leader, sanction is, they know it's coming. It's they know the sanctions are coming when they commit one of these dumb acts, and they've already incorporated the sanctions into their plan. So it's nothing that no one sees. In any case, I wanted to cover the story because this is what a lot of people think when they think about cryptocurrency. And things like, Donald Trump, I believe, has even spoken to people using cryptocurrency to avoid sanctions. And I really think it's not nearly as big of an issue as people would believe. In any case, there's the music, so I'm going to pop up some videos. Remember, like, subscribe. We will donate money on your behalf to charity, and we will see you tomorrow.